All right, I got a great question in one of our community webinars that I want to address here. The question was, hey Heather, I hear all this stuff about habit change and I am feeling like I don't know which habits to change to get results. What did you start with? What habits did you start with in your journey? I love this question and I'm going to tell you why. This question is kind of pulling in two different directions. And this is the dividing factor between that maintenance mindset that we talk so much about here versus doing what you need to do to lose weight. And here's what I mean by that. The question was, what habits should I start with to get results? And what did you start with? Those are pulling in opposite directions. Okay, when I started my journey, my mission was not to ever go back, burn the boats. You guys have heard me talk about that. It was about raising my kids with healthy habits, losing weight as a byproduct of change. It wasn't about Heather doing the things that were going to get results right away. That's where my mindset completely changed. And when I hear this question, it's kind of like if we're on the fence, right? I want the habits that are going to create the weight loss change. Tell me what those are. But what did you start with? What I started with is not going to move the needle. And this is an important conversation we've got to have. If you, and I'm not saying that they can't be one and the same, but truthfully, when I hit rock bottom at 30, I had my son. I said, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to go to the calendar and map out how fast I'm going to lose this weight by this date, get to this number off the scale. Like, I'm going to be all about getting to the results at certain time period. When I let that go, and it was an acceptance, and it was almost like I had a little bit of an insight / transformation, right? Like, I had a wake up call. Like, I can't keep doing this. The way I'm approaching this is not working. So I stopped asking myself, what are the things that are going to get you big results? Because I knew I had done that before. I wasn't going to do that anymore. So what I started with was not a big game changer on the scale. It was literally a walk around the block. I swear to you, that's all it was. I put my son in the stroller, walk around the block. Did that move the needle? Not really. But was it like low-hanging fruit that I could do at that moment in my life with a newborn baby and with this kind of new insight as to how I wanted to live my life? Yes. So I walked around the block. I stayed with that for a while. I kept increasing the distance, walking more. Again, nothing big on the scale happened, right? Because my mindset had changed. I knew I wasn't going back. So if I was adding in a walk, that walk would just keep continuing. There wasn't Heather was going to do the walk, hit the calorie goals, hit the point goals, clean out the pantry, do all this stuff. I gave all that up, burn the boats, because I knew it didn't work. I had done it so many times. I had so much proof. I didn't need to do it again. So it walked. And then I started to add in fruits and vegetables. I started to cut back how much I ate out. Did it move the needle a lot? No, I probably lost about 50 pounds in the 4 years that I had my other 2 subsequent kids. I had 2 more pregnancies in there. Grand total, probably about 50 pounds from first son to third son's birth. And then when my last son was born and I knew I wasn't having any more kids, I had made some good changes. We ate out less. My walking habit had continued. I started cooking at home more because that was a skill I didn't really have growing up. No one taught me how to cook healthy foods. So I had to learn a lot of that stuff, some basic stuff, meal planning, grocery shopping. That's kind of what I spent my first 4 years on. And having children. Then once he was about 6, you ready for this? 6 months. When he was about 6 months, then I added the habit of journaling my food. I struggled with that every single time previously, being consistent with journaling my food. It wasn't until I was 4.5 years into my journey that I started journaling. Again, I wasn't in it. My mind had shifted. It was a totally different game because there was no going back. Now, 10 years out of maintaining my weight, that 5 years, now in retrospect, went by poof like that. It was so little time, comparatively speaking, and drop in the bucket, right? I've now maintained twice as long as it took me to lose the weight. I'm so thankful I did all that. So the question that was initially asked, right? What did I do? That's what I did. Walked, added in fruits and vegetables, ate out less, learned to cook at home, meal planning, grocery shopping, getting those basics down, and maybe lost about 50 pounds in the mix. That's what I did. Then I added in journaling my food, and within another year and a half, I lost the rest of the weight. 5 years roughly total, okay? So the reason this is important, if you were to say to me, what are the habits that are gonna move the needle? I would tell you a totally different set of habits. I would say focus on your food. I would say learn how to portion. Learn how to maybe journal your food or find a way to reduce portions, lighten up what you're eating, all these things. But this is why I really want to have this conversation. Ask yourself, what is it that you really want? I didn't want to do the cycle anymore. I didn't want to just prioritize the habits, which I already knew what they were. That was going to be the game changer because I knew I had to build personal momentum. I knew going for that walk around the block was not going to move the scale needle, but it was going to elevate my self-confidence that I showed up, I did the thing, I was staying consistent with habit growth and change. I understood that for this entire process to be different, I had to think and act different. It wasn't going to be a changed experience if I was still if I was prioritizing just the weight loss, the time frame, the let's get it done mindset. If I put those as the priority versus what am I going to be doing when I'm 75, right? Then I was going to be in the same situation I always was. So really the question is to see how come they're kind of at opposite ends. What are the habits that are going to move the needle? All food related habits, things that are going to restrict caloric intake. Those are going to be the ones you want to focus on. What did I start with? The opposite, because I wasn't in a place that I could handle that. I still needed food for comfort. I still was binge eating at the time. I was still dealing with a lot of personal hurt. I hadn't even gone to therapy at that point. So starting with food felt so out of my range to deal with it in a way that wasn't ultra restrictive and going to put me back in the same situation I'd been in time and time before. The walking was a low-hanging fruit that I could tackle. Adding in more fruits and vegetables was a low-hanging fruit that I could tackle because I was adding in, right? Learning to eat out a little less, that was hard. In my family, eating out was all we kind of had. Like, we would eat out. That was the big thing. So letting that go in that relationship with eating out was really difficult. That was a big habit. Learning to cook at home. Didn't have the skills, had to learn the skills. That was a big habit. Do you see what I mean? Did they move the needle a lot on the scale? 50 pounds in 4 years? Probably not, right? That's like 10 pounds a year on average. But it set the foundation for me to finish up my journey once I was able to bring in journaling my food. And I had a good foundation to where journaling my food didn't feel so difficult at that moment. So I just want to encourage you, don't feel like if you're, okay, maybe all you can handle right now is adding in water. If that's what you will start with and your mind has really changed on this whole process and you're in a totally different headspace and you're going at this differently, maybe that's what you need to build momentum. Then add in something else, then add in something else. One thing I did tell the community, and it's been a while since I've offered this, I told this member, check out my book. I have an ebook called Breaking the Diet Cycle that you can actually list out your habits and begin thinking about which ones you want to prioritize changing. And that's something I'm going to offer up again on my website. So when you go to halfsizeme.com, I'll have a sign up where you can get your copy of the ebook as well. That book, I love it. I call it the $2 diet. You need a $1 notebook and a $1 pencil, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, the dollar store has actually upped their price. So maybe it's now the $2.50 or the $3 diet. I don't know. I haven't seen what the prices are yet. But anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying. Be very cautious and ask yourself, if I'm looking at my habits and what I can do and my bandwidth, and I'm going at this totally differently, my list of habits might be totally different from Heather's, might be totally different from my sister, friend, whatever, and that's okay. As long as your mind has shifted and you are not going back. You're like, you know what, from here on out, plugging along, I'm going forward. Burn the boats. All right, guys, I hope this message helps. You have a great day. Please like and subscribe. And again, if you want to get your hands on that free ebook, it's called Breaking the Diet Cycle. It should be on my website, hopefully this week. You can just go there and check. It's halfsizeme.com. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.